Okay, tell me when you're in it.
Okay. I'm on it, sir.
Pardon?
Yeah, I'm
You're on
on.
it. Are you also on it, Sydney?
So,
Coolios. Okay. So, we're looking at developing our main idea. Now, we've spoken in the past. I don't know if I've spoken to you about this, Regula, but I've spoken about thesis statements. And your thesis statement is your idea that holds your whole essay together. Okay?
Okay.
So, we're going to practice thesis statements. We aren't necessarily doing something exactly like this in our AS exam, but it is about structuring our work, structuring how we approach a text. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So your thesis is the main idea that you want to express. So a clear thesis statement presents the topic of the essay, and it includes a controlling idea that expresses the writer's opinion, attitude, or feeling about the topic. The controlling idea can appear at the beginning or end of the thesis statement, okay? So here are two examples. So our topic is volunteer work, and our controlling idea is should be compulsory for all high school students, right? Now
Okay.
another example is extra credit should be given. So it makes some kind of statement. It is making some judgment. But our topic is high school students who do volunteer work. So it's got the topic of the high school students who do volunteer work, and the controlling idea, which is the direction of our essay, is extra credit should be given to. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So a thesis statement needs to contain both of those. Okay?
Okay.
Can you guys quickly complete practice 1 for me? Do you have... Okay, so what I want you to do is tell me quickly, what browsers do you guys use?
Microsoft Edge and Google.
Okay, are you currently in Edge?
No.
Okay. And what about you, Regilla?
I also use Google.
Oh, okay. I don't know if Google does it, but Microsoft Edge lets you like write on the page. Microsoft Edge does it, and Firefox does it. I don't know about Chrome. But I want you to just circle the topic, circle the topic, and underline the controlling idea in each thesis statement. And then you're going to save this. This is going to be your working copy, and you're going to work through this workbook, okay? Okay, you guys done with those?
Yes, sir.
I'm just trying to get it onto my tablet to write on it.
Okay. Oh, that's something I needed to tell you guys about. Oh, I'll wait for Sydney to come back.
Back, sir.
Okay, so tomorrow morning, I have someone coming to look at my car. It has to be done tomorrow morning because my uncle has to sign the papers because I'm selling the car. So, and the car's in my uncle's name. So my uncle has to sign the papers and he's only available until 10:30. So, what I've asked the guy to, the only time he had available was 9:30, but he said he's going to try get here by 9. And then it'll be a maximum of 45 minutes. I will be in and out of the lesson during that time. I will have work that we're doing, that we're working on. But I'm going to be not available completely the whole time for about 45 minutes. Okay.
Okay, so
Are you done, Rajula?
yes, should I just send it back to you on the?
No, you don't have to send it back to me. We're just going to talk about it. Okay. So, our government should stop spending money on space exploration. What did you guys say was the topic?
I said it was our government should stop spending money.
No. What did you say, Sydney?
Spending money on space exploration. Or is it just space exploration? Because suppose the entire idea is our government should stop spending money.
Yeah. So it's space exploration, right? And then the controlling idea is our government should stop spending money on it. Okay.
Okay.
Because that's the thing that we're going to argue. Okay. Then there are many reasons for the high rate of youth unemployment.
I said that the topic was the high rate of youth unemployment.
Yeah, I think so. The high rate, that would be your topic, and your controlling idea, there are many reasons for. The new museum is. Actually, no, I would say that the topic is potentially youth unemployment, because saying that the rate is high is also a judgment. The new museum in our town has an interesting design.
I said the topic was the new museum, and the controlling idea was the interesting design.
So, yeah, it would be the new museum in our town. Then there are 3 types of overindulgent parents.
The topic was the overindulgent parents, and the controlling idea is the 3 types.
Yes. A superstorm is not just a rare weather event, it is a warning to humans about the effects of severe climate change.
A superstorm is not just a rare weather event, is the topic, and then the controlling idea is the effects of severe climate change.
I would say that the topic is a superstorm, and everything else would be your controlling idea. Because this is not just a weather event, is basically that is what leads into that. So when we're writing our essay, we're writing about how it is not just a rare weather event, but it's because of this. At my high school prom, I embarrassed myself.
I said the topic was the at my high school prom, and then the controlling idea is I embarrassed myself.
I would remove the word at and just make the topic my high school prom. Okay. But I mean, it could also be either. Okay. Now, when we write an effective thesis statement, there are different ways to do it. I want you guys to quickly read from here to here, okay? And then, Sydney, you are going to explain point 1, Rajula point 3, point 2, Sydney point 3, and Rajula point 4. Okay, you're going to explain it to me. I'm just going to the bathroom quick, okay, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, are you guys ready to explain to me what's going on here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Sydney, go for it.
Point one is that a thesis statement must be a complete statement. You shouldn't include more than one idea, and you need to express a complete idea. You don't leave it halfway.
Okay, so how do we identify whether it's an incomplete idea? Like, how do we know if it's an incomplete idea?
It only contains a controlling idea or a topic.
Okay. And so it mustn't have more than one idea or an incomplete idea. And so, cool. Regula, what is point two about?
So they're saying that you shouldn't just say what your topic is, because then it's like, for the person reading it, they won't know what the point is, or what aspect of that topic you're talking about, and it should the statement should say how you feel about that point, and it should make a good point.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so just saying I will write about computers, you could literally write anything about computers. And a thesis statement, any essay, needs to not be too broad. If you write an essay that is too broad, you don't actually achieve anything. And then what about point three, Sydney?
Well, thesis statement needs to be broad enough, but not too broad, because if it's too broad, then you won't be able to control the narrative close enough or well enough.
Cool. And why would we want to control our narrative? Why would we want to, like, why is that something we want?
In your essay, you're trying to make a point about a topic. If you don't give a narrow or broad enough statement, then you're not really making the point well enough.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Okay. Regula, explain point four.
If it's, you should make like a good point on the subject, because if you make it too vague or obvious, and it'll be it won't be very interesting for the reader.
Mm-hmm.
And if you make it vague, then it won't be like enough information given about the topic.
Yeah. Good. Okay. So can you explain the difference between vague, obvious, and invalid statements? Regula? Can you hear me? Did I lose you guys? Oop. Okay, so Regula?
Sorry, sir, not happening. My laptop had to restart.
Okay, can you explain to me what the difference is between vague, obvious, and invalid statements?
Vague would be like it's not enough that they're talking about, and obvious is, if it's obvious, then a lot of people are gonna know what the point is, and then it won't be very interesting for them to read. And invalid is Like it's not what the point is asking for them to do.
I would say invalid is more to do with if you can't prove a statement. So your essay needs to be proving something. So
Okay.
an invalid statement is a statement that is difficult to prove or believe. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Can you guys do practice 2, 3, and 4 and 5 for me?
Okay.
It's a cool workbook though, hey?
Yes. I'm finished, sir.
Great. Are you finished, Sydney?
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. Okay. So we've got the high price of gas.
Actually, this one was an announcement.
What did you say, Sydney?
It's an incomplete idea.
Yeah, I would say it's an incomplete idea. The reason it's not an announcement is because as we look up here, I will write about computers. Okay? So what we want to know here is it's an incomplete idea because it's not really like telling you what it's talking about. Like, what caused the high price of gas? Is it talking about the cause of the high price of gas? What is it actually going to be talking about? My college has a great sports stadium, but it needs to give more help to female athletes.
I said this one was more than one complete idea.
What did you say, Sydney?
Thesis statement.
I think it is a thesis statement because it's saying we do support athletics here, but we don't support female athletes enough. So yeah, I do think that it is saying what it is going to be about. We need to give more help to female athletes. But the topic is really just sport. The topic is sport. Sport in my college. Now, nursing is extremely demanding.
I said this one was an incomplete idea.
Okay, what did you say, Sydney?
I said the same.
Yeah. How could we make it more complete? What could we add to it? How could we change it to make it more complete?
You could say nursing is, you could put like one of the aspects that is demanding.
Or you could talk about nursing in reference to like a specific time. It's like during wartime.
Okay, yeah. It makes it more specific. Okay. Both of those were good. My subject is the torture of war prisoners. I just need to answer this quickly. I'm just quickly going to go fetch my deliveries from outside. I'll be back in a sec.
Okay, so
Actually, I'm looking at the time. I think we'll just finish all this marking tomorrow. So there's no homework for tomorrow, okay? You guys said you're up to practice 5, right?
Mhm.
Okay, cool. So we'll continue with that tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Bye.